Okay, hi. So this is gonna be a video about my au pairing experience, and how I decided to become an au pair. Okay, so I've been an au pair for about a year and 2 months right now. I lived in California, San Francisco. If you follow me on Instagram, you moved 2 months ago to Florida. So I'm currently staying in Florida with an amazing family. I have 2 host kids. In California, I had 3 host kids. So it all started in 2018. I remember I had this conversation with my best friend, and she's like, she wants to become a flight attendant. What do I want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to study. I want to take like a break, but I don't want to stay at home, you know. So I saw this au pairing program. I told my mom about it. She was kind of on the offense about it. My dad was like, yes, do it. Go out of my house. Just kidding. I told him, okay, I want to do that. I don't want to go study directly. So to start my application process, I needed to be 18 years old. Ages are between 18 and 26 years old. My birthday was in September, and then I went to write my learners in October, I think. Yeah, so they waited in January. I started my application process in January. You have to like pay a fee to get started, and then you need your matric certificate, and then you need your driver's license. So I got my matric certificate, but then I couldn't oh no, actually I did start. I started after I got my matric certificate, and then I paid, not me, my dad paid the application fee. So then I got an application. It was a lot of things, like you had to put your experience, your childcare experience in there. You have to at least have like, I think 5,000 childcare hours with kids. You have to tell them your personality, like do you go to church, how many siblings, like background about your family, background about yourself, what did you do. I made an application video also, but it's on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go look at the application video to get some ideas, you can go check mine out. I'm still doubting if I should put this on YouTube, but anyway, so application video, it took a long time. I couldn't submit my application because I still needed to get my license. So I only got my license in April. I remember because it was like full and everything. So I got my license in April, and then they submitted my application. So it was a lot of things. You had to get references from people who's not your family. You had to go get references from people whose children you cared for. It has to be related and also non-related, but mostly non-related family, like people whose kids you looked after. So it's like a whole lot of things. They ask about your school background. You have to upload a lot of documents. And then what else was you had to upload pictures of yourself. You had to upload pictures of you and like kids you looked after. You have to tell them why you want to be an au pair, what makes you the best au pair for their family, like just how can you fit in, things you're gonna do with the kids. What have you done with the kids you looked after? And it's a lot of questions like that, like it's paragraphs. Like it took me it took me like 3 months to finish it. Yeah, it took me like 3 months to finish the whole application. My whole application was already done, and then I got my license. So that was the last thing I needed to submit my application. So once your application is submitted, you need to pay. So it wasn't really 5,000. I said 5,000. It is 3,500 rand, and the whole thing was 15,000 together. So to get the link to your application, like to your profile, you have to pay 1,500 rand. That's how to get you started. So it's a whole process, like it's a whole thing. I thought I was never gonna leave for the United States. So then after your profile is submitted and everything, start getting requests from families. So I got a family request on a Thursday. No, the second day, sorry. I got a family request on the second day, but and you have to Skype with them. So I Skyped with them. You have to set a time, so you have to make sure, because I'm currently in Florida, so our time zone are like, we are 6 hours, a 6 hour different from South Africa, so we are 6 hours behind South Africa. So right now it's like 7:30 I think, and it's like 1:30 by you guys, or whoever's watching the South Africa. That's the time zones I'm working with. So you have to be in mind whenever you set up a time, because you have to tell them like, okay, I'm interested in Skyping with your family, I think we'll be a good fit. And then they agree, and then you Skype. So when you Skype, they ask you a lot of questions. They ask you mostly questions from your profile. They ask you if you can drive. They ask you the situations you got put in, like how would you handle that situation, how would you handle if the kid had an accident or scraped their knee or something. Like, they ask you stuff like that. And so you have to come up with good responses, because they like a brave au pair, like, you know, that knows what to do and what not. So few days after that, I got 3 more families. And then I had a good conversation with this one family, but they took too long. So then I had another conversation with this other family, and then we matched. So we matched, and then we had to pay a fee, like the visa. So then after you match with a family, sorry, not before, after you match with a family, they tell you, oh, we want to match with you. You can have 2 or more Skype conversations. If they don't get back to you, just know that they already have another au pair, and or like sometimes they just forget. But families who really like you, really want to, they will immediately be like, okay, we like you, can we talk again, can we set up another Skype call? And you'll be like, okay, yes, I love it. Or sometimes when you don't, if they like you and you don't like them, all you have to do is like just text them, like email them. I use a lot of email, no texting. Email them and tell them, okay, your family seems great, but I don't think we'll be the right fit. You know, I'm not gonna go in detail about that. So then I matched with this family, and then we had to pay the 5,000 something. 5,000 was some 5,500 or 700 rand for the visa. So for your visa appointment, I have a list here. So, oh, by the way, I should have said this in the beginning, but I went with OVC Stellenbosch, and then as soon as I came to the US with OPK, there's like 3 more other agencies: OP in America, and then Culture Care, and then there's another one, I'm just not sure, but that's the main ones. And then OPK, Au Pair in America, and Culture Care. That's the main 3 ones I know of. That's legit, in case, because a lot of these like companies are sometimes scams. Okay, so after you match, you have to pay the visa fee, and then you have to go in to your agency to go for a checkup. So the form looks like this. Okay, well, I can't see now, it's like bright, I don't know why. Okay, but it looks like this. I'm just gonna read what's on here. So the J1 visa document, I have a J1 visa, and then you need your visa appointment and confirmation and visa fee payment, your DS 2019 to get in and out of the country. You need letters from OPK, which I have. They give you everything. And then the DS 160 confirmation, I don't know what that is, I can't remember. And then the family file, so your host family's file, and then a receipt of the service form. And then what you are gonna need, that's what OVC and OPK gives you. So what you are gonna need is your passport. You need a valid passport. I went to go get mine done in January 2019. And then you need a proof of visa payment. And then number 4, you need like a bank statement, and then in your account should be 5,000 rand. And if you don't, they want a bank statement of your parents' account with more than 5,000 rand in them. You have to have a matric certificate or a letter from school in English. If you're a permanent employer. Oh, and if you are working, or if you're working during that time, you need a letter from your employer stating how long you have been employed, and your salary and whatnot. And then you need a letter of re-employment upon return to South Africa. So what you have in mind after you get back, like what you're gonna do when you get back from au pairing. And then because they worry that you are not gonna return back to South Africa, because there's a lot of au pairs that does that, like they get married or get green cards or anything. But guys, the guys here, ooh, I didn't say that. And then any information that shows strong ties to South Africa, like a car, property ownership, investments. I had none of that. I had none of that. I mean, I was 18 at that time, so I had none of that. I can't remember what I can't remember what I took was. Yeah, anyway. And then a letter from your parents that state that you are going to be an au pair and then will return after a year and whatever. But there's also the extension process. And then proof of residence, of course, account, insurance, proof of property, letter from parents with proof of their residence, 2 letters from your friends to verify your current address and phone number. These should be the friends you mentioned in your visa application. And then have your full name, address, phone numbers, and then 2 pictures like for your visa. So that's what they gave me. So I went for my visa appointment, and then they asked me questions, and then my visa got approved. There was nothing like illegal on there. Oh, and then you also have to have a like, what do you call it now? I want to say like a police clearance, to make sure you don't have a record like you stole something or something. You have to go get a doctor's checkup, like they take your height and everything, if you're healthy or not, and if you are like on birth control or something, or like medication, just make sure you put it in there too. I wasn't on any medication, and you have to tell if you are allergic to anything. I'm not allergic to anything, so I'm okay, good. And then yeah, so that's the information. And then as soon as my visa got approved, I had my farewell party. I said goodbye to my friends and then my family. And then I left on the 18th. I was put in a au pair group too, like a WhatsApp group. So I flew alone from Cape Town airport. Yeah, they book your flights and everything. You have accommodation when you get there. They book your flights, everything. You just have to have money on you too, like in dollars, of course. Otherwise you're not gonna be able to buy anything if you have like South African rand. So I had 2 flights. I flew from Cape Town International Airport on the 18th of August, I think, and then I flew to Johannesburg Airport. That's where I met up with 2 other au pairs, actually. Sorry, 2 other au pairs, and we flew together to New York. That was another 15-hour flight. So we got to the hotel in New York. It was so hot, like the humidity, guys, I cannot. But it was so good. Like you met everybody from like all over the world, Brazilians, like people from Colombia, Turkey, where else, Poland, Australia. Like, we made a lot of friends. The academy was so cool. Since I was an infant specialized au pair for my first year, I was in a different category or group as my friends, so I was working with babies a lot. We had to do CPR. I got a like a certificate for CPR and all that, so it was pretty fun. Like, it was really fun, and it wasn't COVID that time. So yeah, we went out. We went to see I saw the Statue of Liberty. I saw the 9/11 memorial. It was so sad though. Their food was pretty good. Like, it is just amazing. Anyway, I arrived the Monday to the Friday, I think, a whole week, and then I flew out the Friday to San Francisco. So I was in California for a year, and then when I also forgot to mention, it took me about a month and a half to match with a family. And also, advice that I can give you: don't match with a family because they offer you a big house, like a big room, and you get to drive a Tesla car. You go and no. Just like go for the family that suits you, that you can talk to, communicate, because communication is the most important thing ever. Like, it is really the most important thing ever, because you need to communicate. You need to like communicate with your family about things, because it's not always sunshine and rainbows. You can ask me. Like, and I think the first 4 months was hard for me, because like I would just start crying and be like, I want to go home, I want to pack my bags, I just want to see my mom. Like, that's how I felt. So you have to be strong-minded and strong-hearted. You have to have a strong heart to become an au pair. Like, for real, these kids, like, it's different from South Africa. Like, I'm used to it right now, but like, if you want to become an au pair, just know that it's gonna be different. You're gonna be away from your parents, your family, boyfriend, like 10,000 miles, 15,000, like, that's how far you're gonna be away from them. And just honestly, it's amazing. I'm not trying to like scare you or anything. Just be sure of what you're doing. Like, just know and be ready, because life will like get you unexpectedly. But yeah, so just go for the right family. Make sure you guys match and fit, and yeah, because some families, like, I've heard a lot of stories from my friends, like personal au pair friends, that like, I'm not gonna not gonna mention any names, or I'm not gonna tell the stories, but it's like the families, they would offer you this and then this, and then everything, a house, a car, bed, your purse, your own bathroom, your own car, whatever. But there's sometimes consequences for that. But I'm living with an amazing family right now. Like, I love them so much. So yeah, I found my family in California was amazing too. We had some ups and downs, but they were amazing, and this current family is amazing too. So I've been treated pretty good. But yeah, I think that's like the most, like, I feel like that's everything I answered for you guys. If you have any more other questions, then please let me know. But go for it. You experience a lot of different things. You get to go new places. I've been to New York, Chicago, San Francisco, of course, Los Angeles, San Diego. I'm in Florida right now. I went on vacation with my host family. Like, it's pretty good. So, and I'm also like, I've grown a lot as a person, like being here on my own, and it just makes you strong at the end. So if you want to do it, go ahead. I'm gonna root for you. If you ever need any questions or help, you can, that's not even a word, you can message me. And yeah, so I think that's about it. Bye.